grade 5, welcome back to my channel. So it's me, Ma'am, and so thank you so much guys for supporting my channel. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channels, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to share it, go ahead, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you will update it if I have a new videos. Okay, so grade 5, so congratulations again na nakatapos na kayo sa inyong week 1, week 2, at saka sa week 3. So 1 month na tayo guys sa second quarter. So meron pa tayong 6 na weeks. Okay, so today's lesson or this week lesson about modes of reproduction in animals. Okay, after sa human reproduction, so dito na tayo sa animals reproduction. Okay, so proceed na tayo. Animals cannot live forever. So totoo naman talaga, yung iba inaalagaan natin, but same as humans, tayo din ay namamatay, just like in any other forms of animals. Mamamatay din sila. Minsan ay yung iba kinakain natin, yung iba naman ay kinakain din sa kapwang animal. So yun po yung environment ng ating as animals. Tayo is the highest form of animal. So like humans, animals also need to reproduce. Okay, so after sa lesson natin about sa human reproductions, that we need a male and female to reproduce and produce an offspring. So like humans, same as the animals, so it needs a male and female animals so that they will reproduce. So other animals, most of them so lalo na pa sa grade 6 kayo, yung mga invertebrates animals, it produce asexually. Ibig sabihin, di niya kailangan ng male and female. So sa isang organism, kaya niya mag-produce without the help of his or her partner. So they have also their own reproductive system that makes them able to do such like life process. So most of them performs sexual reproductions involving male and female animals. So just like I said earlier, so it needs male and female animals. That it happens. Take note of this. It happens in vertebrate animals. So kapag mag-go deeper na tayo sa ating lesson, we can distinguish or compare the vertebrate and the vertebrate. So sa grade 6 po yan. So ito ay kailangan din natin, parang ano lang siya, lower knowledge. Oh my god. Bida. Okay, so most of them perform sexual reproduction involving male and female. In this way, extension is prevented and diversity is maintained in nature. So just like sa aking major, alam ko yung mga sa biology major means bio means life, zoology is the study. Okay, so extension terms, just like sa nangyari sa mga dinosaurs, nagkainan siya, nagkaubusan na ng lahi. That's why we have endangered species nowadays na kailangan i-avoid natin siyang patayin kasi kailangan pa siya magparami. Paparamihin mo na siya bago siya para meron din siyang ecological balance. So itong diversity is kailangan din natin to as same as sa mga plants and animals and humans para ma-maintain ang ating nature. So producing new animals may mean food supply to other organisms. Just like I said earlier, na yung hierarchy of tawag nito, yung sa producer, consumer, and decomposer, na yung higher doon sa hierarchy na yun is yung consumer. So ang consumer, yung kinakain niya yung producer, or same as yung carnivorous and herbivorous, yung mga ganon. So pag-aaralan din natin yan. So, it may also signal the continuous existence of a certain species. Sada. Okay, so kailangan talagang mag-reproduce na maparami ng organisms. Just like kung walang bubuyog, parang kapag unti-unti din mawala ang bubuyog, so unti-unti din mawala ang tao. So, same as sa mga lamok, importante din siya, mga langaw, and everything. Basta, everything here na merong buhay sa Earth ay meron siyang rule, meron siyang trabaho sa ating universe, sa ating Mother Nature, and all the fauna and fauna land. So now, these lessons will help you understand how animals produce their offspring. Ibig sabihin ng offspring, yung mga anak nila, or new young, yung bagong panganak. So, doing different activities of the lesson will direct you to describe the reproduction depending on the level of type of animal. So, ito na yung sinasabi ko, when involve the male and female, so mangyayari talaga yan sa mga vertebrate animals. Kapag hindi na niya kailangan ng male and female, or it produce asexually, yung nag-produce lang siya itself, na nangyari din siya sa mga invertebrate animals. Most of them. Okay, so animals have the means to increase their number through reproduction. So, mabilis lang sila magparami, din mabilis din silang mamatay. Just like sa mga dragonfly, ilang weeks lang sila. Basta, mabilis, sobrang dami nila. Just like sa mga langgam and everything. Pero, yung life nila sa ating dito sa ating environment, parang yung ang tawag nito, kung sa tao, kung maabot ka ng 100 years, parang na yun. Pero most of sa mga tao is, kung hindi ka man mamatay sa accident, matay ka sa sakit, and tsaka yung biglaan. Yung mga ganun mamamatay, same din sa animals. Yung ibang animals na parang pinanganak lang siya para siya ay pagkain sa isang animals, yung mga ganun, para ma-maintain ang ecological balance sa ating nature. Then, this is to preserve these species to help in keeping the nature balance as they interact with other animals. So, ito yung sinasabi ko, na yung lamok ay pagkain ni lizard, si lizard naman ay pagkain ni yung mga ganun, yung mga food chain and food web, tatakal din natin yan. Kung ano yung kinakain ni grasshopper, diba, mga leaves. Si grasshopper naman ay kinakain ng manok, si manok naman ay kinakain ni ahas, yung mga ganun, para mabalance yung ating food chain at saka sa food web natin. So now, okay, it can be noticed that some animals can reproduce in the large numbers like insects, pigs, dogs, and frogs, while some animals cannot. So, ito na yung sinasabi natin na sa human, kung may kambal, may triplets, may quadruplets, pero bihira lang mangyari yon. Usually talaga is isa lang talaga, single. Just like, ano pa ba? Yung mga isang anakalan, dolphins, ano pa ba? Mag-comment kayo ng mga animals na isa lang yung anak. Then, mag-comments din kayo ng animals na maraming anak. Just like sa mga baboy, sobrang dami mga anak nun. Aso, frogs, yung mga itlog ng frogs, sobrang dami nun. Basta sobrang dami yung mga anak nila. So, on the other hand, those big animals generally reproduce in fewer numbers, just like sa cow, carabao, ito na yung mga isang anak. Bira lang yung kamay kambal, yung mga ganon. So, yun po. Kung may alam ko yung mga animals na maraming anak, comment nyo lang. Kung isa lang yung anak, i-comment nyo lang. So, thank you for your commenting. Kung mag-comment kayo. Okay? So, in our learning test 1, encircle the animals that can reproduce in a large number. So, ito ay hindi nyo naman pwedeng i-encircle dahil bawal tayo magsulat sa module. So, ang i-ano ko natin sa ating weekly home learning plan na isulat na lang, name the animals na nagre-reproduce in a large number. Isulat na lang. So, ito yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, yung 1 is grasshopper. Number 2, frog. Number 3, butterfly. Number 4, cat. Number 5, cockroach. Number 6, puppy or dog. So, isulat niya lang, in-name the animals that can reproduce in a large number. So, isulat niyo na lang. Okay? So, what are the animals that can reproduce in large numbers? So, you have to write your answer in your separate sheet of paper. So, next, why do you need they can reproduce in the large number? So, what do you think? Why do you think? Ano sa pagkaintindi mo? Bakit marami siyang na-produce na anak? Then, so last question, what are the animals that reproduce in fewer animals? So you have to name the animals na na-reproduce ng more than 1 or 2 young ones or offspring or anak and everything. Basta fewer, mas konti ang anak. Okay? So isulat you have to write the animals, the name of animals here. And then next, most of the animals like cats, dogs, butterfly, frogs, and the like need a male and female to reproduce. So, all the animals mentioned, so they need a male and female. So, babae at saka lalaki para magparami. So, this is called asexual reproduction. So, ito na po yung term na gagamitin natin if we need male and female, so that is a sexual reproduction. Take note of this, guys, the sexual reproduction, kasi hanggang sa college kayo ay lalabas ito. When we say sexual reproduction, it involves male and female. So, sexual reproduction is a process of creating offspring with the participation of the sperm cell from the male parent and egg cell from the female parent. So, ito na yung sa human reproductive system natin. Kapag sa sperm, galing siya sa male. Ang egg cell, galing siya sa female. So, hindi pwede yung egg cell na galing sa male. So, hindi pwede yon. Dapat talaga, sperm cell, tatanan natin, always remind this term, science term, sperm cell from the male parent. Egg cell from the female parent. So, hindi talaga yan pwedeng magkabaliktad. Okay, take note of this. Sexual reproduction, sperm cell from the male parent, egg cell from the female parent. So, in our learning task 2, identify whether the following animals are reproducing sexually. So, write 2 parents if the animal shows sexual reproduction. Otherwise, write single parent. So, I include this in your summative test. So, don't forget your answer from what you are in your lesson para makasagot kayo. When you say 2 parents, male and female yan, then single parent, so asexual yan. So, isa lang siya, sa isa lang organism siya nang gagaling. So, again, you have to write 2 parents if involves one male and female, single parent kapag isa lang. Okay? So, you have to answer 1 to 10. So, you have to write your answer here before the number. Okay, so in our learning test 3, study the figures below. The first picture shows a frog in its natural environment. The second picture shows a pregnant dog. So, here in our figure number 1, describe how frog grows. So, you have to study, or I include the link and the description box na mag-ano ako ng animation frog cycle from the eggs to tadpoles and everything. So, why do you think the eggs are found in the water? Where do you think fertilization happens? So, ibig sabihin ng fertilization when the when the egg cell and sperm cell unite. So, ibig sabihin na nagsama na yung egg cell at saka si sperm cell Again, si sperm cell ay galing siya sa lalaki, si egg cell ay galing siya sa babae. Kapag nagiging zygote yan, then doon na po nangyayari ang fertilization. So yan. O bakit daw yung eggs ay nasa ilalim siya ng tubig, then unti-unti siyang lumalaki habang through stages. I-include ko din yung link ng animation ng frog cycle hanggang sa tawag nito adult na yung frog. Okay, so you have to write your answer in your answer sheet. Okay, and same as the figure 1, so figure 2 naman is describe how dog grows. So describe their mode of reproduction. So usually ang dog is fewer number, but it depends. It depends kung ilan yung na-fertilize na eggs din sa kanila. So kung marami yung anak, kung pag konti lang din. So you have to describe. Ibig sabihin, ilarawan mo paano siya lumalaki. Born alive ba sila or born hatch eggs ba, yung mga ganon. So isusulat yung kung paano sila lumalaki, and then what is the mode of reproduction. This is sexual or asexual. So yun po. Here in the reproduction involves the transfers of characteristics of parents to their offspring of their young. So ito na yung mga genetic something na mga ganon. So genetics, kung ang tatay, for example, nagbe-breed ka ng aso. Si Aspin na babae, then may breed yung lalaking nakabuntis sa kanya. So, yung anak nila, half na siya. Half breed na Aspin. Meron din siyang breeding na, for example, Bulldog and everything. Setsu, charot. So, half na rin siya. Just like din sa tao. Kapag ang Pilipina or ang Pilipino, nakapangasawa siya na Amerikano, so ang anak nila ay mestiza. So gano'n, nakukuha niyo yung mga traits and characteristics niyo sa genes sa nanay at saka sa tatay. So nakukuha natin yun. So kaya nga sinasabing, ay nagmana siya sa tatay niya or nagmana siya sa kanyang nanay. So yun po yun. Okay, during fertilization, meeting of egg and sperm cell. So, take note of this word, fertilization, kasi hanggang college din lalabas din yan. Okay, genetic materials like DNA. So, ito na yung mga palaging natin sa mga pinanood natin ng mga television at saka sa movie and everything, sa mga balita, na itong DNA nito or the deoxyribonucleic acid. So, importante nito, ito yung mga genes natin, yung mga X chromosomes and Y chromosomes. So, malalaman din yan kapag nasa higher grades na kayo. So, are shared by the parents to produce new organism that may either be processing unique characteristics or having exact copy of what the parents has. So, ito na yun. For example, yung nanay mo ay kulot, tapos yung tatay mo ay hindi, tapos yung pinanganak ka, hindi ka kulot. So, may ibig sabihin, doon ka nagmana sa tatay mo. So, yung mga ganun, yung mga traits and everything, sa mga physical looks and everything. So, yan, yung mga meiosis and mitosis sa ating cell division, and then sa replicating of DNA. So, yun po, naghahati po yun sila habang yung egg and sperm cell mo ay nag-unite. So, nag-sharing din sila ng DNA. So, proceed tayo. So, in sexual reproduction, new animal with a set of unique characteristics is produced. This means that the offspring is quite different from its parent. So, and then sexual reproduction always involve the presence of sperm and egg cell. So, ito yan, pinapaulit-ulit talaga dito kapag sinabing sexual reproduction, meron talagang sperm and egg cell. So, from the male and female cell. Here. So, these two cells carry the genetic materials from the father and mother respectively. So, yan. Dogs, cats, mosquitoes, and butterflies reproduce sexually. Among these animals, sperm and egg cells meet inside the body. Okay, yan. Kailangan talaga ng ipag-meet sila sa isang katawan. Just like sa tao, na kapag nag-meet na yung sperm and egg cell, nabubuntis si girl. So, dun siya pinapalaki sa loob ng tiyan. And then, or sa any tummy and everything, kung sa animals ka, basta yung sperm cell, pumapasok siya sa female's body. So, this called internal fertilization. So, kasi there are two types of fertilization. Internal, when we say internal, nasa loob siya. Then, pangalawa is external fertilization, nasa labas siya. For example, yung mga, ito, sa frogs nga, and mosquitoes. Pagkatapos nang ilabas ng mga female mosquitoes and frog, inilabas nila dyan, tapos doon na sila magmimit ng sperm, tsaka doon na nagpa-process na din yung external fertilization. So here, unlike amongst frogs, they are reproduced sexually, but fertilization occurs in the water or outside the body. So yun na po sinasabi ko kanina. And then external fertilization happens when both males and females frog release sperm and egg cell in the water to form the fertilized eggs. So yan na pong sinasabi ko. Here in our learning task 4, think of two animals that can reproduce sexually. So mag-isip ka ng dalawang animals na nakaproduce sila ng sexually. Ibig sabihin, babaeng animals at saka lalaking animals. So mag-isip kayo ng dalawang animals na nag-produce sila ng sexual reproduction. So in the first box, draw an example of animals that exhibit internal fertilization. Ibig sabihin, nasa loob ng body yung fertilization. Then, in the second box, draw an animals that exhibit external. Ibig sabihin naman, nasa labas sila ng body, nagmimit. And then, but you have to draw in your separate activity sheets, okay? And then, another proceed. Animals may also reproduce asexually. So, ito yung sinasabi na kung meron tayong sexual reproduction, meron rin asexual na single parent lang po. Kung sa tao, no. Hindi po involved dito yung tao. Kapag kasi single parent, ay naghiwalay yung parent. Pero sa animals, kayang-kaya po na magparami siya sa kanya ng sarili. So, ganun po. Meron pong ganun sa animals. Continue po tayo. Asexual reproduction also needs one parent. Most common activities under asexual reproduction are budding and binary fission. So, i-include ko rin yung link ng how this buddings performs in asexual reproduction, yung mga animation nito, at saka yung binary fission, kung paano sila magre-reproduce by itself. So, sa kanilang sarili lang. Okay? Kumangyari yan sa mga marine organisms, yung mga nasa ilalim ng dagat and everything. So, budding happens when a new animal is produced through outgrowth parts of the parent. And aquatic animals, or ito na sasabi ko kanina, yung marine organisms, like hydra, jellyfish, and doing the process. So, ito yun, and then binary fission yung mga nagpe-perform sa kanila. And sea anemone occurs when the parent animals divides into two. So, binary fission yung naghati yun, tapos nagwatak-watak na sila. So, yun po. I-include ko yung link dito. So, be sure to click that link para malaman nyo kung ano yung budding and saka yung binary fission. Okay, so it means one animal's parent results into two new individuals. So, that's science. How amazing science works. Ganon. Okay, so this is hydra. Ito yung aquatic animals. Sea anemone and jellyfish. Ito yung mga marine organisms na sa ilalim ng dagat yan. In general, animals may reproduce sexually and asexually depending on the species. So, ito yung sasabihin natin ng vertebrate and vertebrate. So, generally, higher species, complex organism, perform sexual reproduction, while those lower species, simple organism, shows asexual reproduction. Different modes of asexual reproductions are budding, binary fission, fragmentation, and parthenogenesis. So, ito yung, i-include ko rin yung link ng fragmentation and parthenogenesis. So, isipin naman, Genesis is the beginning. Okay, parthenogenesis is a form of the sexual reproduction in which an egg develops in an individual without being fertilized. So, ito din ay kakaiba. Si parthenogenesis ay hindi makaka-produce siya asexually. Asexual na without any, egg cell and sperm cell hindi nga siya nagpa-fertilize pero nakaka-produce siya ng new organism. Fragmentation is the breaking of individual into parts followed by regeneration. Ito yung sa butike. butike talaga yung earthworm and everything. Okay, so ito yung picture ng budding. Naghiwalay siya, tapos nag-perform na siya ng another organism. Pag natanggal siya, lumalaki siya parang sanga, tapos natatanggal siya, pag na-perform na siya ng kusa siyang natatanggal, din another life na yon. So, si binary fission, from one cell, nag-divide, nag-cell division siya, and then, nag-fuse. Pero, same, equally yung kanilang genetic traits na nakukuha. Same lang din. Pero, yun nga, nag-fuse siya into two. Ito yung kadalasang mangyayari sa mga virus. Ito yun. And then, here, fragmentation in planaria. Ito yung mga parasites din na makikita natin sa mga intestinal parasites na sobrang bilis nilang dumami. Yung mga bulate, mga ganon. Then, fertilization here. And this is the egg cell and the sperm cell. Then, nagiging tao siya. Or any, dogs, cats, cows, carabaos, zebra, and everything. So, in learning test 5, study each picture in column 1. So, here the column 1, each picture shows the apparent animals and its offspring. Then, complete column 2 by comparing the apparent animal and its young, and column 3 by describing the mode of type of reproduction. Copy the chart in your answer sheet. Okay, so here the picture of animals and here and its offspring, yung anak niya. Then ito yung comparison. Anong pinagkaiba ng calf? Ang calf is the baby cow. Okay, then yung cow, yung adult na. So, kapag nag-study ka ng animal husbandry, so yun, mga anong pangalan ng baby cow, calf. Yan po ng tawag. Then, yung cow, adult na siya. So, you have to compare. Anong pinagkaiba nila? Then, reproduction. Ano yung mode of reproduction nila? Sexually or asexually? Internal fertilization or external fertilization? Yung mga ganun. You have to answer in the third column. So, same as the duck. Duckling, yung baby duck. And adult duck. Then, you have to compare ano pinagkaiba ng dalawa. And the mode of reproduction and so on and so forth. Taas pala to. Okay, fertilization inside and out the body are the two general modes of sexual reproduction. Take note of this, the internal and external fertilization, and then the expected offspring may be separate as single sex or combined sexes depending on the species. Unique individual possessing different characteristics is produced in sexual production because the genetic materials of the parents are blended or combined. So, through process, the offspring is thought to give sexually reproducing individuals with a greater fitness to be mechanism to survive and reproduce in an unpredictable or a changing environment. So, on the other hand, asexual reproduction produces offspring that are genetically identical to the parent because the offspring are all cloned on the original parent. So, a single individual can produce offspring asexually and large number of offspring can be produced quickly. So, ito yung summarize ng ating lesson. So, here the figure 1. Internal fertilization and external fertilization. So, you have to differentiate that two mode of reproduction. So, in our learning test 6, based from what you have learned in this lesson, indicate the advantages and disadvantages. So, ibig sabihin na advantage, ano yung nakakabuti at yung disadvantages, yung hindi nakakabuti of sexual and asexual reproduction in animals. So, you may use books and other reference for your answer. Okay, I alert you, meron naman kayong science book na sa grade 5, yung orange. You need to study or you have to read. So, pwede kayong kumuha ng sagot doon or in other encyclopedia, another YouTube channel. Basta meron kayong maisagot dito. So, type of reproduction in the first column, the second column, the advantages, and the third column is disadvantages, the sexual and asexual. So, that's it, grade 5. So, if you have any question, comments, suggestion, recommendation, and don't forget to comment, and thank you for watching, and good luck. I like this lesson talaga kasi nakakaano siya. Paki-comment din kung may natutunan kayo na new learnings para din malalaman ko kung talagang nanonood kayo. And thank you and see you next week. So bye bye.